Well, you guys remember the project that I talked about on Yeeper drones. Alright, lads, so we're going to be explaining the problem with Yeeper drones episode 2, and this is basically a Yeeper drones episode 2, and the creator, Abbas Games, is planning on pulling the plug on the series, which means he might end the series, which I'm not looking forward because I still want to see that sweet episode 3. But anyway, I'm going to be explaining what was the problem with episode 2. So, the episode of it just felt too fast, and it felt too quick to the point where like it just gave me a migraine, to be honest, bro. But it was really a fast episode, and it was very the pacing was very fast. Now, I was at least expecting this episode to be 50 minutes, but hey, I'm grateful for 13 minutes, bro, because 13 minutes, yeah, it's pretty fun, quite a while. But hey, the pacing was kind of probably what I'm gonna say is probably the main problem of the episode, because you know what I mean. Nobody likes nobody likes pacing that shifts too much. You know what I mean? Because we had a lot of scenes that were getting shifted a little bit too fast and too much, which when that happens, that gives me a migraine, not gonna lie. But hey, part of the pacing was pretty good, and some of the scenes were pretty good. I thought in the middle of it, yeah, it was actually starting to be a good episode, Loki. But yeah, time to get on to the number 2. Number 2, the humor. All right, the humor in this show, the humor in the episode. I mean, let me say it wasn't, there was a little bit too much of it. Okay, listen, I know we did do this in episode 1, but like it was just a little blooper, like I say like one blooper is pretty good, but I'm gonna be honest, there was like a little too much bloopers, which probably was the problem with the pacing. There was a lot of bloopers where it would just stop, like Master Tifu. Yeah, that is kind of a joke. But some people, some people might get mad at this because, you know what I mean? They just don't want to see this. They just want to, get to the story real quick. And they want to see no jokes happening inside that series because, a lot of people were a big fan of Murder Drones. And, yeah, I'm also a big Murder Drones fan. But, yeah, I think some of the humor was pretty good. I thought, the some of it was good. I'm not gonna be talking much about the humor, but maybe having one humor would be good, or two. I'm good with 2, Loki. But yeah, let's just get on to the next thing. Number 3, character development. Okay, so I was kind of expecting this to happen, the problem with the character development, which was a big problem in Murder Jones anyway. Sometimes in the episode, the character development would be misunderstood, you know what I mean? Even though this is a Murder Jones fan base and a Murder Jones fan project, the character development wasn't as good, you know what I mean? You mean, Uzi still felt the same from episode 1, Id still felt like Ed a little, and then V felt like V. Yeah, the character development wasn't as good, and we all know Thad was kind of ruined a little bit. No, he was actually ruined, Loki, because yeah, I did not like Thad in episode 2, bro. He was better in episode 1. But the character development really went down to the next episode, and Loki, I didn't really like it as much because character development is a main problem in a storyline. It changes the character's feelings and emotions, as you know that. But anyway, yeah, those are all 3 of my expeditions. Well, what am I saying? Those are my 3 problems that I cleared, and I'm gonna find out a solution for this. Number 1, do not pull the plug on the series. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Ava Games. Listen, every episode in a storyline, it's always gonna have a weak episode. Doesn't mean that every episode is gonna be a banger, because not every Invincible episode wasn't a banger. Okay, I'm probably gonna get controversial over this, but it's the truth. But and then yeah, number 2, fix the pacing. Fix the pacing. Add a little bit of plot to it. Don't shift so much into the series. Go slow, go easy. Don't rush it. And number 3 is to enjoy filming. I love filming. I know it could be like a little, because you want to release it during that time. And yeah, sometimes I want to do that too. But you want to make sure you put all your effort into it. Because I'm good waiting like 2 years for Yeeper Drones episode 3 if it's going to be that long. As long as you put all your effort into it. Because hey, we waited like almost a year, like a while, for this episode 8 of the Murder Drones. And hey, very good finale. Well, finale could have been better, but yeah. But hey, just don't rush. Just don't rush it filming. Because I could kind of tell in your community post, you were trying to get it out very fast and very quick. Which, yes, I do that sometimes because, you want everyone to, like, hurry up and find it. And you want your viewers to be, like, updated. But you want to tell them. Because I will say this. This is why, the Gorilla Tag animation back then, bro. You probably don't play Gorilla Tag games. But that's probably the reason why there's not going to be a Gorilla Tag Animation 3 is because people kept asking, when is the Gorilla Tag Animation 2? And they couldn't be patient because, it takes time to animate something like that. And hell, it probably takes a year, which it kind of did take a year, but yeah. But I will say is that you have to let everyone know to take their time, because I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell your viewers, but please, everyone, treat Alba Games with respect because he is working on this series and I want him to feel joy in being a content creator, and I want him to let him know that I'm actually proud of this series and he needs to feel proud of himself for this series. Now I'm going to talk about situation 4 is to fix the comedy. Fixing the comedy and adding a little bit less, or, adding like 1 would be good. But, it's actually a very banger episode so far. And I will say, I will give this episode at least a 7.5 out of 10. It's actually a good episode. It's not really good. It's not perfect. It's not amazing. It's not awesome. It's not cinema. It's just good. Anyway, I think that gets my situation. And Alba Games, please do not pull the plug on the series. Please. Please. Please!